everyone. Welcome back to Cincinnati Zoo Tales. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Mark. Thanks to everyone for tuning into another episode of Cincinnati Zoo Tales. We've got a really fun episode lined up to talk about a side of the zoo that doesn't always get discussed. So I'm excited to shine light on this to some of our listeners.
I think a lot of people will be interested in hearing how everything works. And we have a couple of silly gooses in the house. So at least one.
I'll say we've got I don't know if you can have a class clown when you're out of school, but like the zoo's version of the class clown. We've got being joined by two of our members of our commissary team, Michael Berry and Rahme Brown. We know y'all are super busy, always prepping food for all of our animals, getting it dispersed to all the departments. So we appreciate you guys taking the time out to chat with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm excited. This will be fun.
So we haven't done this in a while, asking people to tell us a little bit how they got into their job. So if you guys can just tell us a little bit how you got to where you are, because I think this is one side of the zoo that people don't necessarily even know exists as a job or wouldn't think of it, but it's one of the most important ones. So if you can just tell us how you got started at the zoo, we can each take turns to tell us.
I went to UC, and initially I wanted to be a firefighter, and I did that as a volunteer basis. Quickly realized this is not. I saw some stuff. I was like, okay, I think I've run my course here. But I was also going to UC at the time, and the other thing I wanted to do was work with animals. So I went to UC, got a degree in biology, and then I was kind of job hunting and got a temporary zookeeping job up at the Akron Zoo, and I just loved it. I recommend if anybody's up north to check it out. And I did that for about a year, and then there was other openings here, and it was really competitive then. It's more competitive now, but I applied for the animal commissary because I thought I might have the best shot at that because I didn't have a lot of experience, and I got lucky, and now I'm here 18 years. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, time goes pretty quick. But yeah, looking back at it, one thing I did forgot to say, I did work at the education department doing zoo overnights, so I was at least kind of first name basis with some people's, which I think also helped too.
Yeah, definitely. And so I want to hear both of your stories, and then I forgot, we should probably give the definition of what the commissary is.
That might be
helpful. But Rahme, we'll hear from you first, yeah.
So I had just graduated from trade school in 2010 for electrical tech, and I was applying for jobs, and most of the jobs needed me to have more experience than I already had, so I kind of reached out to my cousin. He worked here with the food company that's partnered here at the zoo, and I just asked him if they had any position openings or whatever, and he got me an interview. I came here. I ended up getting a job with their warehouse department, which wasn't a department at the time. It was just two guys running stock around. They called us stock guys. So I did that for about 6 months. They ended up building a warehouse over on the opposite side where purchasing is, and they posted a job for it. So I ended up applying, getting the job, and I managed the warehouse for 6 years. During my 6th year, I got approached by a lot of different zoo people, different managers asking me, if I was interested, that something may be coming up as far as the commissary, and nobody really told me what position over there was, just that a position was opening up. So I kind of stewed on it a little bit, and I was feeling like change was needed for me with the company, so I was actually on my way out, and the zoo kept approaching me, so I talked to my family about it, and decided to go ahead and go after it. I got the job and joined a really good team. I really like working with these guys. I'd already known, some of them just from being neighbors here, and most actually the keepers here throughout the park just for me running around. So it was a good match. I love it. I've been here 15 years now. So I've been here since 2011.
When did you start with commissary?
2017.
Okay. So you have such a roundabout way of now working at the zoo. I love hearing how people get to where they
2017 is when I joined the commissary, and it's been great. I love working with these guys and everybody else around the zoo.
I feel like you guys are a really tight knit team.
Oh yeah, we're all great friends, which makes it work. Because we have very novel jobs, interesting jobs, but it can be very repetitive.
Yeah.
So due to it being repetitive, it's just fun working with your friends, kind of being silly and unwind, and so that makes it way more digestible. So
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your jobs. Like if somebody asked you, what is the commissary? What do you do as a commissary keeper or team member?
So the commissary is ground zero for all of the animal diets and prepping and everything, getting it together. Also, we supply housekeeping needs for the keepers themselves. So everything comes from us as far as their meat, their produce, all of their bedding comes from commissary. We put together the diets throughout the week. We also run the feed orders and order in all of the food for the animals.
That's kind of where your experience in the warehouse fit
Yes.
well with the commissary, because you guys are dealing with making sure the zoo is stocked with everything that we need, from feeding the animals to cleaning the animals' living areas.
That was such a pivot for me too, coming into the animal world. I had never dealt with just what those ins and outs are of like feeding an animal, and you pivot a lot. So it kind of keeps me on my toes. You know, when I was dealing with just like retailer food, you know, you can kind of lock in on those patterns. On, you know, you just track sales, or you watch, you know, how many people come and go out of a restaurant. You can kind of help you figure out what you need for that. With animals, you know, their diets could change based off their health, or, you know, their babies and trying to grow, or just trying to introduce them to different foods. You could also run into issues with just supplies, you know, for that animal. So sometimes you have to change direction for that. So, yeah, it's a lot. It keeps us on our toes. Like Mike said, it's repetitive, but we also get a lot of wrenches thrown in what's going on. You know, if an animal area needs to do something with an animal, we need to pivot and make sure that they are prepared and ready to help them out. So
Yeah, you guys are very important to us in like times of need, whether it's a new baby or an animal's sick, or we have a upcoming procedure and we need extra straw or bedding. So you guys are responsible for helping us make sure the zoo is stocked with all of the food and supplies we need. But like on a day-to-day basis, when you come to the zoo, what does your day look like?
So our normal routine is like, so we'll get here at 6 in the morning, and the first thing we do is we'll load up our commissary truck. And so the same path that all the guests walk around during public hours, we drive and we deliver food to all the animal areas. We do a produce round first. We have a bunch of bins filled with their daily produce needs. And then once we get back from that...
And those are all like pre-sorted out, right? You've got all the weights and everything for all your produce for each department?
Yes. Absolutely, yeah. So we do that the day before. We will get produce bins ready for the next day, and we'll also pull different things of meat to thaw for different animal areas for the next day. And the following morning we'll deliver it. And then after doing the daily produce, we will do feed orders. And each animal area has their own individual feed order day. And that's when we'll deliver the non-produce needs, like hay or bedding, like janitorial supplies, grain. So any other needs that the animal department will need, that's when we will deliver it. And then that's what the mornings typically run like. And then we'll have lunch, and then after lunch, it's Rahme does most of the ordering. And we have an inventory program where we catalog everything, but he'll make sure we have we don't run out of anything. Like we get grain about every 3 months. We'll probably get certain types of grain, and then we'll also deliver animal packages to all these different animal departments.
And you guys get like so essentially you guys are stocked almost like a grocery store in a way, where you have produce trucks arriving at certain times, you have giant hay loads coming. How often do the hay trucks come?
Hay trucks are, right now I think we're averaging 3 or 4 a month at Elephant. For the commissary location, probably 2 a month. Changes happened a few years back that allowed us to build a hay barn for Elephant. So that kind of alleviates us to not have to manhandle all of that hay. The supplier that we have works with us very well, and he just goes straight to Elephant to unload for them. So I would say twice a month for hay needs. We also, like Mike said, we get in grain every couple of months, and that's more of the bulk grain. So Elephant has a special diet The hoof stock uses a pellet diet that's pretty universal across the board in different animal areas, and we have a rhino diet as well. We also get meat from a company called Nebraska that we work with and most zoos work with, and we also have like a formula diet that we send them, partner with our nutritionists and the vets here to help figure out what that is. We do tons of fish out of our freezer. We just added sea otters, so we are very heavy on fish right now, and that's been an experience too, getting them up and running.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very physical job for you guys, which is something that's kind of underrated. Like you mentioned, these hay bales, these hay trucks come in. You guys have to help unload bale by bale off of these trucks.
Oh,
and
yeah.
What's each bale weigh? 50 pounds?
The alfalfa
It
could be like
varies.
60 pounds. Like Timothy would be like roughly 40 pounds. But like after the 20th bale you move, like they feel a lot heavier.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Now, one thing that's changed though, that's really helped us out. Now Jenna, she worked at the commissary years ago, like 12 years ago. I don't know.
2011.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got to work alongside Jenna, and we had some silly times. And during her time, we did have to unload everything by hand. And anybody that unloaded a hay truck before, it gets very taxing very quickly.
It was not fun.
But now, one thing that we have that I really appreciate, there's a thing called a grappler, and it's the size of like maybe like 4 skids like laid in a grid among each other, and it's like a big metal bracket. And it has 10 hooks on it. And you hook it up to a bobcat, to the hydraulics, and then you have auxiliary controls, and it can pick up 10 bales of hay
No way.
like on a flatbed truck, and you can pick them up like blocks and stack them like blocks.
Oh.
And so that's just less wear and tear on our bodies,
Yeah.
so we get to do that. And so that's probably saved like 20 years of my life. So,
When did that come? When did you guys get that?
I would say 2 years solid now.
Okay.
We actually have 2. One that stays up at Boyer for the harvest up there, and then we keep one here in the commissary that our supplier uses when he comes here. So we're only handling hay when we need to move it to the animal areas now instead of
So
stacking it and loading it and everything.
you guys used to do like all animal calls, like if anybody's available
Oh,
to
yeah.
come help unload the trucks, and
Yeah.
you don't hear that anymore. So maybe that's
that's exactly why. Because during Jenna's time with us, now we just get flatbed trucks where everything's on top of a flatbed. But there were times we used to get it in a closed semi, and those are the worst kind to get because not only do you got to stack the hay, you have to pull it all the way down
Out of the semi.
So yeah, it was just a lot of movement, and it was just
dusty. And, yeah.
Hot.
It
Yeah.
made me
Bills.
very sad.
Very sad.
This new system sounds like you're playing like an arcade game or something. Like it's like you've got the hook, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
ball game.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it sounds like.
I like video games, so that's cool. That's cool to me.
But yeah, you'll spend like part of your day in the freezer, like getting all of the meat together that you have to, not weigh out because, some of you have to weigh out, but you'll also be in the refrigerator and weighing out produce and like you said, it's repetitive because most departments get something similar every single day that you're dropping off. So for example, at Hippo, I come in, like Michael said, they come in at 6 and we get here at 7. So there's usually 44 pounds of romaine lettuce
Yeah.
and then our rotating produce already waiting for us, but you guys weigh that out the day before and then drop it off the next morning. What are some of the more interesting things that you, like the food items that people might be surprised to hear that you guys work with, or the crazy things you do?
We do carcass feedings to our meat eaters. So we partner with a local company called Stalin's that processes goats for us. And we go and we pick those up and we process them here in-house with our bandsaw that we have at the commissary. And
Was that something hard to, do
Yes.
the first time?
It was, I was all in when I got here. I mean, everything they threw me at, I was happy to do. So I had like a butcher's coat on and everything in the beginning, just trying to, jump in. But it's fun to me. I like it.
I think I like it the least, and I also do it the least. Because I think Tony likes to do it. Tony Lewis, our other friend and teammate. But yeah, it's just gross. You're cutting like dead animals up, and they're typically we cut them up frozen. It's just easier to process that way. But Yeah, I don't like it.
I wouldn't like that either.
For what it's worth, our lions and our painted dogs, whenever we do a carcass feed, they're very thankful because they just have the best time when
we
they
love
have
coming
carcass
over here watching them too, man. So.
They have the best time.
Yeah, we work with a various amount of different rodents. I'm pretty sure, people who have normal house pets, reptiles, use rodents as well, but we have a large range of different rodents that we offer to our animals. We use a lot of different bones for our meat eaters as well. Tons of different fish. We just started using shellfish, so that's kind of new for us here. What else?
We got vampire blood. Not vampire blood.
Yeah.
We get cow blood that we give to the vampire bats. And that's also from Stalin's. So Stalin's, it's a deli on Coleraine, but they also have like a butcher shop, and then they slaughter on Mondays. So I guess when they drain the blood, they save it in buckets for us, and we have a volunteer that picks it up on Thursdays. And so we'll get like 8 buckets of blood on Thursdays, and some of it goes out fresh, some of it we store in our freezer, and they have a mix of that they use at night hunters for their vampire bats.
Definitely
what a
something that only
unique thing.
happens
Yeah.
in a zoo.
What a unique thing you can say that you do.
We're picking up barrels of blood.
What would you say is each of your favorite thing you do in your job?
What I like, I kind of see the whole zoo every day. Like every job here is cool. But like I get to see everybody every day, and sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes but I typically do.
Mike's like, I'm tired of those Africa keepers.
But it's nice getting to see everybody, say hi, and you kind of have no jurisdiction. You kind of get to go to all the animal areas. So I like that, and I also like my team. Like we're all friends, and I like that about it too, because you get to hang out with your friends. But that's what I like.
I would say for me it's just the different challenges that come with the job, just pivoting and learning new processes. I love animals, and I don't get to get around that much to see everything. So when I'm able to stop and, have a few minutes to just ask a keeper a question, I think that's always cool. So, yeah.
I know I think my least favorite thing in the winter, coming in at 6 a.m. is very hard. I don't know how you guys do that all of the time.
I don't know how either sometimes, because
Get up and keep moving.
Yeah.
Thankfully for our horticulture department, they normally pave a lot of stuff. But yeah, due to our hours, we normally do see it at its roughest, and just because a lot of the public roads, a lot of times they aren't treated yet. So yeah, that part makes me sad too.
Just cold and dark. It's hard to like get up in the mornings, and
right.
But it's always fun. You guys are always playing I actually haven't been around in a while, but like blasting music while you're like weighing everything out.
It's part of our culture.
You guys are always having fun over there, doing silly things.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do in life. Like there's a lot of stuff going on, but you should always make some time to have fun.
Definitely. Speaking of the not fun, is there, Mike, it sounds like the carcasses might be your least favorite part. What's the one part of your job where you're like, you dread it when you got to do it? You're like, oh man, not this again. You're like...
cutting up the stuff was mine, but like normally other people rotate in, but it was dealing with the dead things, and and then we don't really do this anymore, but we used to have to harvest browse. That used to be under Commissary's umbrella, but since the collection has expanded so much, there's a whole other team that does that. I didn't really like harvesting the browse, and to anybody that doesn't know what browse is, that's just like tree branches. It's like another part of the animal's diet. But now there's a whole team that deals with that, so I feel like the few things I really don't like, most people do it now.
Yeah,
so.
the browse harvesting is a ton of work. Just the amount of browse that our animals get on a daily basis. Like, shout out to our browse team, because it's a lot to keep up
and
with.
that program has grown since I've been here.
Yeah.
I had a glimpse of that when I started, what Mike was talking about as far as actually us having to go out and collect browse and go to different people's homes and businesses and stuff. And that was fun getting out in the city, but it just took up so much time. But to see it, how it's grown now, it's pretty incredible. So, yeah, shout out to the browse.
Shout out to the browse team. What about you, Rahme? Is there a part of your job that you dread at all?
Meetings. I'm more of a just get up and go guy, and in person type guy on a lot of things. But sometimes, we have to sit down and figure things out that way. So I'm always antsy or ready to get up for that after a few minutes. So I would say meetings for me.
Does this count as a meeting for
No,
you?
this is not a meeting.
Now, I know you guys get to be a part of, like, helping us out in, tricky or exciting or just random situations. Are there any, like, special stories or memories that come to mind off the top of your head that you, like, remember just thinking, this is really cool, I get to be a part of this?
Making cakes for the animals.
Oh, yeah.
That was something, when I started with the team that I learned that we do here, and just to see it done in person, and just all the ingenuity that goes into it, and just coming up with new ideas, or finding out what the animal likes and finding ways to manipulate it in a way so they can be excited about it, and then watching them get the cake and eat on it or destroy it if you're an elephant. So I think that's definitely one of the coolest things and memories for me. I actually made a Easter basket for Velt, like my second year here. So
what did you make it out of?
Grapefruit or grapevine.
Oh,
Great.
nice.
Oh,
Grapevines, different hay, fruit, pears, and stuff, but mainly forming the basket out of grapevines.
We'll take one if you want to make another one for us.
If Browse wants to drop me off some grapevines, I would gladly twist you guys one. So.
I think it's just getting to see so many awesome animals like all the time. Because like I remember we brought you guys I think it hasn't happened a lot, but we brought you like a cow carcass, like a calf. And I remember, I think that might have been like when you were very new with us, Rahme, and we had to bring the calf through the lion holding area.
Oh yeah.
And that was just cool.
Another story.
Because I think Rahme got a little spooked out one time because was it John or was it?
It was John. It was everything happened in my first year. My first year, you guys requested a carcass, and we thawed it out and everything, and we were bringing it over, and I think Wendy was walking us back to the lion area, holding area, and we're just talking and walking down the path, and Thomas is talking to me, and I have the can, and I'm backing up with it, so I can't really see my path or where we're going, so she's like, okay, just step through this door, and I step through the door, and Thomas stops in the doorway. Thomas is our other teammate, by the way. He stops in the doorway, and he's not moving. I notice after I get like 5 yards from him, I'm like, what are you doing? And he's smiling. And I turn around, and right behind me is John and Holden, but he's like staring a hole through me, and I'm like, I don't know if he wants me or what's in this can. And I had to turn around like really fast to get my heart rate down because I was terrified. And Wendy's like, oh, he's okay, and I'm like, I know he's in Holden, but this is new for me, and I'm like face to face with a full-grown lion. Like I feel like I'm already done for it. So
that's not your typical day.
Your instincts kick in.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is.
I'm talking about my heart was pounding. You know, like the old cartoons back in the day, you could see the heart coming out the body. That's how I felt. And it took me a few seconds. I got my heart rate down. I was able to get past him because not only was it John, but the girls were in there as well. So everybody's in the building. And so we passed through, we dropped the can, we come back through, and I told Thomas, like, dude, I'm never coming over here again. And it's been a while. It's been a while. Like, I just started showing back up with the carcass feedings, but I'm on the public side, not the keeper side. So, yeah, that was definitely a story that I will never forget. An experience I will never forget.
But, yeah, I just like just seeing, like, highly endangered animals. When we used to have Sumatran rhino, getting to see them when we would drop off in the morning. And they used to be the most expensive animal because they would get this special type of ficus from, was it California, I think it was. And then we would have to drop off a bunch of that in the morning. And we would be the first ones there. And so you get to see a Sumatran rhino like 10 feet from you.
That was always my favorite department to deliver to when I was in the commissary because they always were right there and they were so friendly. And you didn't have to worry about like they didn't mind people coming into the building, and the keepers were always there, and you could just like.
Oh, and they were sweethearts. All of them were very nice, except Ipu. If I remember right, I think sometimes you had to watch. He would urinate with a force, and he would kick his back leg up to like almost like to ricochet it at you.
He's spreading it off the wall.
I never got hit, but like it would wake you up, but I thought that was kind of interesting. And then, when we had polar bears, seeing them up close, too, we would drop off at Bear Tunnel, and, you normally drop off at the top of the tunnel, but sometimes if you were keepers, they would like, oh, come down here, and like they're right there. So it's just wild seeing these like unique, novel, cool animals like feet away. So
I feel like that's something I forget. Like, you guys come so often and we are there so often, like, just busy trying to work while you're dropping things off. But we need to, that's always the best part. You guys get to see, you get to deliver and go to the behind the scenes more than any other department. You see more of the zoo than any other group of people, even in just one day, than I would see in like the whole year.
Yeah.
But then I forget, like, we're just busy trying to get our work done, but we need to show you guys the animals more. Like,
yeah,
invite you
they're
in
always
further.
encouraging me to go on like behind the scenes or whatever. And I am trying, but I just get wrapped up in what I'm doing,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
I'll get over there, and then that turns into another 3 months and another 3 months. So
Yeah.
yes, I would love to see more animals if you guys have time.
Yeah, it's always one of those things that you
Definitely.
just get in the groove and you forget. But that was always the best part, like dropping
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
off. There's some areas where you like shouldn't or can't or it just doesn't make sense where you drop the food off, there aren't animals around. But
Right.
the ones where they're like visible, that was always so fun.
oh yeah, it's always situational.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes there's stuff going on or training or like you shouldn't be around certain animals without the proper personnel.
Yeah, and we
But, like-
respect,
Yeah.
our fellow keepers and what you guys have going on. So we never take it amongst ourselves to just go in and I'm gonna mosey over and see this, and even if they're like non-dangerous or anything.
Yeah.
At least I like to make sure
Yeah.
I'm giving permission. So.
Now, I don't know exactly when this episode is airing. I forget. But this upcoming weekend, we're expecting snow. What are you guys doing to prepare in case, you guys have to help feed the zoo. So what do you guys do to prepare for things where maybe your truck won't be able to move through the zoo as well? Or
We normally put together a little snow plan internally within our group. I think you guys seen the email today we sent out as far as just giving people a heads up about the weather that's coming up and to bulk up on your orders if you can. We know everyone can't hold a lot, and a lot of areas have their diets broken down throughout the week so they can fit everything. So that's typically what we do is just kind of give everybody a heads up. We prepare ourselves, make sure we have tons of hand warmers and stuff and coffee and all that and our coats and everything and just get ready to weather the storm. We know that we're here for that, but anything that our peers can do to help us stay out of the weather as much, we try to do that. So.
yeah, and sometimes you guys will deliver a day early or
Yeah.
all
Oh,
sorts
yeah.
of things,
Yeah,
right?
Like we'll kind of do like a similar like to like a holiday plan. Like people want to leave early on Christmas, so like sometimes with the receiving animal's blessing, we'll bring you stuff early, like a day early.
Yeah, I feel like with the storm coming, that's probably going to come into play this weekend. But
Oh, yeah.
hopefully it's not as bad as they're saying. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Rami, I did want to ask you, you talked about it a little bit. With your background, like, what's the biggest difference or biggest challenge, I guess, going from, like, the people side of food delivery to, like, the animal side? Obviously, it's a huge jump. Like,
I would say the pivoting of just like like I said, the diet changes. If something is going on with the animal, we have to change the diet for that in different periods of time. Sometimes we don't run into it a lot, but sometimes it could be a supply issue with what we need for that specific animal. Our animals have babies if we're breeding or anything like that. Sometimes animals leave and go to other areas, and I deal with that. So I would say that's probably the biggest change, and obviously dealing with animal grade food versus human grade food. We're buying meat or bones that isn't processed at all. And we don't have to really do anything to it unless, an area gets a specific size. We do processed bones as well. So unless an area needs that, it's a little easier. I think learning all the different grain diets and dry diets that animals that we use here has been unique. But yeah, I would say definitely just like the changes that can be constant with an animal's diet.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be interesting to share what different, like, we call them grain, pellet food, all encompassing like what animals need nutritionally, just like dog food is nutritionally balanced for dogs. Like, can you name some of the rarer ones? Like, I'm thinking flamingo. Like, people might not know that there's actually a pellet made for flamingos, like that sort of thing.
We actually use 2 different types of flamingo diets throughout the year. We have like a 6-month period of complete, which is just like the basic diet for the animal, and then we switch to a breeder type, which it looks the same, just the formula is different. And we partner with a company called Commissary that they initially have their own diets made up, but you can also work with them on your own formula. So that's where our ZNN pellets is our own formula, and our cubes, our larger cubes for our hoofed animals are different. But yeah, koi fish nuggets.
Nuggets is a fun word.
I feel like our primates get the best of it because they get cinnamon biscuits and monkey crunch and banana biscuits and basic, and they have like 6 different types of biscuits that they can eat on.
Monkey crunch sounds like a cereal.
Yeah.
Like, I might eat that.
Yeah. I might have a bowl when we get back.
There are keepers here that like have tried some of this stuff just to know what it tastes like. So I will not be trying.
Now this is before our time, but like early commissary days, they actually used to make some of it in house.
Oh,
like
really?
Some of the kibble.
Oh, okay.
And they used to make flamingo chow. I think Tony Lewis could maybe talk on it or might know something about it, but like they used to have like a giant like industrial like mixing bowl, and we had like a big like like World War II industrial like mixing bowl thing, and like they would make kibble for the flamingos, and they would make it in house. But they've realized the manpower it takes, and also it's quicker to, since they make it fresh, it was quicker to go bad. So they it's easier to buy in bulk from a vendor than to make it all in house. So they stopped doing that. I don't know the timeline, but that was before my time. But they used to make it in house.
Can you think of any of the other bags? I feel like there were other, like, maybe, like, did they have polar bear or?
Yeah, we had polar bear chow. We had crocodile chow.
Really?
Still do. Yeah. Reptile uses 2 different size croc biscuits.
I would never think they would get.
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
Well, it's normally it's like the
insectivore diets.
Yeah. It's normally it's like a supplement to the diet because they'll still get rodents and all that, but it's just a part of the diet.
Supreme primate, which I've never seen this stuff, even like having dogs and stuff growing up. I guess it's also like a supplement for
it's like a
primates.
canned wet food essentially, but made nutritionally.
Yeah, so that was unique to me. And marmoset diet, which I guess is another primate type. So
lots of things people may not realize is actually being produced.
Crane pellets, game bird pellets.
Rat-tite.
There's so many different types for the birds.
Rat-tite. I've always been curious. What do you guys feed that to?
Ostrich. So that's like emu, ostrich.
What is? Because I don't really read the ingredients to most of the grain, but what is in rat-tite for them?
Oh, good question.
I know it's a lot of calcium because our ostriches will lay their egg. Especially the females, they'll lay the eggs. And that's so much calcium in an ostrich egg, So I think the rat-tite is a little richer in calcium than other like bird pellets, for instance. But I don't know what else goes into it.
That stuff is so heavy, but now that makes sense. When you said it has a lot of calcium. For it to be like a smaller bag, it is one of our
it's
heaviest
dense.
grains.
Yeah, it is dense.
I would add that to what I don't like. Picking up bags of rat-tite.
You guys are doing a lot of physical labor.
It's like a 50-pound like body pillow. It's just like
it's just limp.
It's just huge.
I'm like, this is so heavy, but now that makes sense. Thank you. I would say so many unique diets, and so much stuff has been added since I started here as well. We used to do a Marion biscuit. What was it called? Those red.
The leaf eater biscuits.
Leaf
yeah,
biscuits.
the giraffe used to love those.
That stuff. I guess Barbara said that stuff is like sugar.
Oh, maybe that's why they love them. Mark, do you have trivia today?
I do have some trivia if you guys are up for it.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I've got some. I've perused, you guys have talked a little bit about Barbara Henry, our nutritionist here on site, she kind of helps formulate the diets, and then you guys are the ones that kind of execute and help carry them out, right? So I perused some diet cards on the zoo's list, and we're looking for quantities here. So, I'm going to give you an animal, and you guys are going to have to give me your best guess of how much food this animal eats in a day. And granted, these are kind of averages, because with all of our animals across the zoo, we try not to give them the same thing every single day. Their diets are varied in what they're getting and the quantities that they get. So, an animal might get 10 pounds one day and 12 pounds another day. But just on average, these are kind of like the average numbers. You guys up for it? All right.
I'm ready.
Get your math ready. Get your calculators out here. All right, first animal we got. We're going to start with our largest animal in the zoo. Sabu, our male elephant down at Elephant Trek.
Okay.
How much food in pounds is Sabu going to eat on an average day?
Oh, golly. I should know this a little bit better. But I don't.
I should, but I don't. That's the story of our lives.
Is it like,
I should know this.
I want to say it's like 3 bales a day, now, I think they feed it in a big herd. So, but it used to be you would give them so many flakes throughout the day. They would be on a timer. It would have those. But maybe
the feeder and spit them out.
Yes. So maybe the equivalent of 3 bales, which would be 120 pounds, and then so much grain. I'm way off, aren't I?
I want to guess, but Ronnie could go first.
I want to say between 300 and 400 pounds.
300 and 400?
I think they're high.
What's
I didn't know if you were going to give me anything.
No comment.
I'm just staring at him. Okay, so animals in the wild are going to eat more food than in the zoo because we can give them such high quality nutrition and really balanced out, and we know they'll get fed every day. So I think they're high. I am pulling off my terrible memory, but I want to guess Sabu gets 40 to 60 pounds of hay and 6 pounds of grain and 12 pounds of produce.
All right, well, so what's that total?
So you want them all together?
Yeah, it's 70, 60, 70, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I'll say 70 to 80 pounds.
I say 120.
Mike's going to be the closest here.
No way!
Mike gets this one. Yeah, depending on the day, it varies a little bit, but somewhere around 140 pounds
nice
of food
job.
Between the hay, the grain, the produce.
How much hay is he getting?
I don't remember the exact breakdown, but I want to say it was right around 100 pounds of hay a day.
Wow.
Yeah, about 100 pounds of hay.
I was way off.
They're eating a bunch of hay.
That's probably the group then.
It might be the whole group as 400 pounds. Yeah, between the.
You were there for a while at Elephant?
Yeah, I filled in at Velt and at Elephant, and 5 to 6 month stints when I was kind of trying to get more animal experience, and I would fill in for somebody when they're on surgery leave, with the blessing of Commissary and the blessing of those teams. I went over there, for 5 months or 6 months, and so that's why I thought it was around that. But so much has changed.
I do not remember him getting that much hay, but. I have a terrible memory.
He's big boy.
And it's been a while. Yeah. Nice.
All right, next up, we got the zoo star, Princess Fiona.
Okay.
How much, Jenna?
I won't guess.
This is the one that Jenna should be pretty close on.
Watch me get it wrong, and they're nailed it.
Here's another thing I should know, because sometimes you would have weights on the board.
Oh yeah.
I know I've seen it with my own eyes, but my brain is not conjuring it up here. So. Let's see. Well, you get 44 pounds of lettuce, but that's for all of them. So I'll divide it by 4, and I'll say 11 pounds of lettuce.
Nailed it.
And then produce. I'm getting scared. I don't know.
I'm getting scared.
Let's see. We'll say half a bale of hay. No. Yes.
I'm trying to not give you a
I'll say 50 pounds of food collectively. For Fiona.
I want to say 30, 35 pounds.
30, 35. Jenna?
Well, yeah, I haven't added it up before, but it's 3 pounds of grain, 11 pounds of lettuce, 16 pounds of Timothy hay, and I think it's like 7 pounds of produce.
Yeah, I had right at 35, 36 pounds.
There you go.
When I added up the diet card.
I mean,
so.
I guess Sabu is what, like 10,000 pounds probably.
Yeah.
I just was like trying to
Think
go
of
off memory,
it.
but also like Tucker.
Think of the animals we have and kind of compare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just would think that they are eating more than
Right, and that's what a lot of and myself included. But they have such like slow moving digestive systems that are really long, and they aren't super active, so they only need like 1% of their body weight a day.
Yeah, they got really low metabolism as well. So like their resting rate, they're not burning as many calories as we might be. You know.
Wow.
But, yeah.
You would think with them being as large of an animal as they are that they just need a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 35 pounds. I'm Fiona weighs what? 2450 somewhere. 2,450.
Right around
pounds,
24.
Okay.
We're hoping she gets closer to 23. Every once in a while she drops under 24.
Would it be like double that in the wild?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, what you'll read is that they eat like 75-ish pounds of grass a night.
Yeah.
But I also find that interesting because how is anyone weighing that?
Who's weighing that? Yeah, that's a very good question. That's a very good question.
And they're in the water a lot too, right? So
Yeah, like 16 hours a day in the water. So
Yeah.
they aren't doing like Mark said, they aren't like expending a ton of calories or energy, or aren't expending a ton of energy.
that is very unique.
We've been right on with Sabu. We're right on with Fiona for that one. Next one, we have one of our zoo's newest residents, our black bear Hazel, who we should say looked in her history looked like diet card had changed a bunch as they're growing bears right now.
Yes.
But any guess on how much pounds of food
This
Hazel
is
gets?
the-
And she gets a lot of different food items.
I'm the most shaky here. You might know this one better because
I think I do, but like Mark said, they've had a lot of changes.
And she's like growing and going
Yeah.
into like they're giving her lots of food because of winter, right?
But
Yeah.
Rahme, him and our supervisor Tony Handorf, they would been collaborating with the North American team to like help get some of the diet stuff.
Yeah, they were really high when they got here. Like they were eating a lot, and it seemed like that has almost been cut in half. So I want to say 25, between 25 and 35 pounds.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say like 27 pounds because I'm kind of guessing.
I know they're getting
here.
fish.
I don't know.
I was say, what do they
produce.
get? I don't even know what they're getting. I don't know what she weighs.
She's so tiny that can't be right though. 27 pounds seems too much for their size.
But it might be.
But they also expend a lot more energy. So I'll stick with 27.
Okay, they're omnivores. I'm guessing they're getting most. Are they getting much fish?
They're getting fish.
Or meat, I should say.
They're getting meat now too. Yeah.
Is it mostly produce though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting a little bit of everything based on what I saw. Yeah.
Okay. It's probably high, but I'm going 35.
35. You guys are all actually a little bit high for this one.
Okay, darn.
It was depending on the day, it varies a little bit, but between 16 and 18 pounds a day.
I wanted to say 15
Yeah.
pounds. But I feel like that's so low.
Should have gone with your gut.
But it has,
panicked.
like
I
cut
totally
in half, so. Wow.
Yeah, which once again, that doesn't sound like a whole lot. I mean, I know they're still small. They're still not their full size that they're going to be in another year, 18 months. But yeah, they're growing still. But yeah, about 16, 18 pounds. All right, next one I've got for you. Our little blue penguin, Lassie. How much food is our little blue penguin getting on a daily basis?
Oh gosh.
Little blues, they so tiny.
They're a little guy.
I can't imagine they eating that much.
So they get silver side.
Yep.
They get silver sides. Well, how many they got in there? Like 20.
That's more than that.
Uh,
Talking about down here by Rue?
yeah.
It's like 30 or something in there, I think.
So how much would an individual would get?
Yeah, an individual.
Okay. So based on their size and their energy expenditure, I'm gonna say.
Mike's getting scientific.
I'm
I love
panicking
it.
again.
I love it.
I think like we'll say a pound of fish.
A pound? All right. Rahme, Jenny, you guys got to guess?
That was my guess. I was going to say
A pound.
I
Okay.
was going to say like 1.2.
1.2. You guys are all a little bit high, but that's pretty close. So they get fed as a group, and there's Rahme. You were right on. There's 34 of them at the moment. 34 little blue penguins. They're each going to get about 0.7 pounds. Okay. So not quite a full pound, but yeah, you guys are right on the money with it.
Cool.
Right
Yeah.
on. Right on.
Yeah.
That's a lot when you think about it compared to like our pelicans. I was trying to. Our pelicans are much larger.
Your pelicans. I volunteered briefly at Africa, and Those are the smelliest things.
Oh my gosh.
Because
it's
It's
a
the
unique
worst.
smell. It's a unique.
they would like dunk their fish and like they would put their fish in the water and then like that the smell it created it's I'm still recovering.
It's pungent. It's pungent.
I'm still recovering.
Oh man, it's pungent. All right, last one I've got for you guys. This is a wild card. All right, Joey Chestnut recently set the world record for most hot dogs eaten in 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
How many hot dogs did Joey Chestnut eat in 10 minutes?
My golly.
42.
I'm gonna
42.
say a 112.
112, Rahme, you got a guess?
I'm gonna say 60.
Rahme's going to be the closest here. Joey Chestnut set the record in 2024 with 83 hot dogs.
Wow.
How
In
does your
10
stomach
minutes.
I
even...
wanted to say 80, but I feel like that
Which
was
is
high.
unbelievable.
Wow.
That is nuts.
Dang.
That's nuts.
I got a lot of questions.
You ever watch those contests? It's like they just
No.
dunking it in water.
They're,
and just
they're
like,
dunking the buns in water
Yeah.
and everything.
How does your,
It's
like- How does your stomach... That's a lot.
they literally
83.
train for it.
to do
Yeah,
that.
I don't, still 83 hot dogs doesn't make sense.
Like
how you're
stacking
doing
it up
but
and
yeah.
I can't imagine that.
I'm a big guy. I don't think I can.
I don't think I've
Anywhere near
ate.
that.
I don't like hot dogs, so I don't think I've eaten 83 hot dogs in my life. Like so, like
I used to have wing eating contests in high school.
Now that I would
You know,
participate
yeah,
in,
that
or
was
some
fun.
type of fruit, but that's
Yeah.
hot dogs, no.
It's
Yeah,
a lot.
83 is brutal. But
goodness.
Is there anything else? Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
we appreciate you guys
Yeah.
being sports for trivia. Yeah, we always have a good time with it. So
yeah, that was
That was fun.
yeah. That got my brain gears moving.
I'm really mad at myself about the Sabu
I'm
thing.
saying I have to pay attention to the diet sheets a little,
Right.
a little more.
But you guys are doing like the bulk stuff too, so
Yeah.
that makes it
Yeah.
tricky. There's so many. We used to play so many fun games. Michael is very good at coming up with fun things to do and fun conversation starters. So I always have good memories from the commissary, but also it was a lot of hard work and a lot, like you said, repetition and stuff. So, is there anything else we didn't mention, like something cool about your jobs that you wanted to share, or you think we missed? It doesn't have to be, but
I would say, if you're curious about what the commissary does, come down. Our coworkers, of course. If you were just a zoo guest, you can set up behind the scenes with us.
do you guys do that like on the website officially, or is it
I don't know
a
about
special
that.
interest?
I don't know, but I know that our department leaders would be welcome to it. We've had some renovations in our area over the last year. It's been a while since the commissary had any upgrades, so we finally got those to reflect the collection that we have now and what's growing. So a lot of people are coming around to see the commissary. Some are for the first time, some have been for a while. So yeah, we encourage you guys. We love to tell people what we do and show people what we do. So come down.
Yeah, we had such a fun time. It was a donor night. We gave tours to a lot of donors when everybody was so sweet and had really good questions.
I think my family would like to do that, to bring them down sometime.
For sure.
Well, Jenna, do we have anything else for him while we got him here?
Just my final question. What can I do? How can I be a better steward of the earth?
One thing I was going to bring up, and I think other people have brought this up before, but just stop using plastic water bottles and just drink from a thermos. One of the challenges we've recently had is, there's always like unique dietary things that we have to find for some of these animals, and for the birdhouse, getting certain fish is getting harder and harder to get in the quantities that we need, and like it's for different factors like the oceans getting warmer, like climate change and or overfishing. It's just hard to meet the demand sometimes, and so that's something we're dealing with. But like that's just one thing. Like they always say, think globally, act locally. That's one thing everybody could do is just limit their plastic use.
Yeah, single-use plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, add more variety to what you do in life, in all aspects. I think that helps keep us from depleting our resources so fast. Finding ways to repurpose things, like I said, whether it's food or objects that you have or materials, people are always in need, so you can give stuff to others, if you don't have a use for it. But, just try to be mindful on, are you getting a complete use out of what you have or what you want to get rid of before you move on to inquire more
Yeah.
stuff. So.
Those are both. I think it's important to point out that you guys know, like firsthand, that there's a shortage of certain types of fish, and that's like you can say for a fact that there are very specific reasons that that's happening, and it's something that everyone needs to pay attention to. And you know, the oceans genuinely are warming, and other issues, of course, overfishing and just lack of regulations or certain things that's going on. But you guys are seeing that firsthand, trying to bring in the right food for the animals that we have here at the zoo, and you're not able to get it as easily.
Yeah, to the point that, you know, down the road, they, you know, zoos might have to consider what they have in their collection just based on resources available.
Like what food you can get in to feed them.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't
And
want to
responsibly and
put the animal in a bad position. You know, if it's something that an animal needs that's very detrimental to their lives, and you can't provide it for, you know, various reasons, then, you know, like Mike said, it may be, you know, we owe it to the animal world to be responsible down the line of, you know, figuring out how we can best support them. And if that means not having certain animals in your collection, then maybe that's what's need to be done.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully we can get our stuff together. But the world's a crazy place,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Slow down, everybody.
We'll see.
Have more variety. Eat different things.
I think slowing down is a good,
Yeah.
I think everybody needs to slow down.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate you guys. We know you're busy people, so thanks for chatting with us. We
Thanks
appreciate
for
you guys
having us.
always rolling with the punches, because I know as Africa, we're probably one of the departments that we call you last minute, and we're like, hey, we need 10 bales of straw. We
You're
need
really not. You're really,
So-
you guys really not. And,
He's just saying that because we're here.
yeah, but thank you for having us.
No, yeah, you guys are always great. I feel like we have a good relationship. You guys are always upfront with us on what's going on, and you know, we have laughs and stuff when we come around here, so it's always good to visit Africa.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
thanks, guys, and thanks everyone for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day.
Yeah, until next time, take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.